Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to call, touch base. Today is Thursday, and it's the 26th. And I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, which turned out pretty good. I, I'm, I've got a doctor who might be willing to help me, which is helpful, and still not very strong. But my hope is it's going to happen. Now, my channel is about to take a turn for, I hope, a little better. Stay tuned. Right now, I'm going to be just coming back to you every once in a while with little clips because I'm currently doing research on a committee. Stephen Gilbo is on that guy's garage. If you don't know him, he's on YouTube, and he's been given sort of little recaps of the different committee hearings that are constantly taking place at Parliament Hill. If you ever wanted to know what your MPs and everything are doing for all the money that they're getting, especially the Liberals, just saying, you need to start watching these because it's the citizens of Canada who pay them. I watched my mass, and my favorite Father Cole, you know, I don't know if he knows it, but he gave me an anointing of the sick the day I expected to get my breast removed, the cancer breast, but it didn't happen. So that day. But anyway, I was his first anointing of the sick. Maybe he might remember me. I don't know if he does. And if he ever sees this, God bless him. But he's a darling new priest. God bless him. And he's just very entertaining because he's beautiful. And it's wonderful to watch a priest who's just beginning his journey into priesthood as they develop. And that's one of the wonderful things about the St. Michael's Basilica's daily mass and weekend masses and everything, is you can sort of, when you're not able to get to mass every day, at least you can practice the devotion of mass every day live with them at 12:10 daily, and then on Sundays I believe it's 12 o'clock, and it's beautiful mass on Sundays because it's always full of music and the wonderful prayers. So those of you like me who are bedridden, please watch the St. Michael's Mass because it's very it has a beautiful effect. And then you don't even have to really, I mean, if you're not able to, you can just keep your eyes closed and listen. That's what I do sometimes when I'm not well enough. But other times I just practice the Mass as if I'm there. And occasionally I'm able to get there, which is good. Anyway, I'm going to just keep pausing and restarting every time I have something to say. Right now, this minister asked a question of Mr. Gilbo regarding the Jasper Fire. That's what's happening. It is on. Oh shoot! I've got to pause. That was my nurse who comes every once in a while to dress my surgical wound. It's still over a year now, and it's still trying to heal. But that's my own fault because I've had a pretty distracted year. I haven't really been focusing on my prayer life or all of the stuff that needs to be focused on for me to get better. Because I'm telling you what, this Canada and the United States, it's election year, and of course, it's turned into Well, precarious time for us all. Anyway, what you need to if you want to know what Guilbeault is doing about the Jasper fire and to prevent it, so far all I know is he's throwing a lot of money at it, and he wants to keep talking about what the Liberal government are spending. And it's fascinating because he seems to be a little bit misguided, let's say. You don't buy your way out of a problem. You have to actually do something. Paying consultants, my dear Mr. Guilbeault, is not the way to go. Just saying. You know, I really hope you're not stealing money from our tax dollars and pretending to be accomplishing something. I mean, because that's got to stop. I mean, I believe that there's criminal activity. I could be wrong, but many people, according to all of this stuff that I'm seeing, they're breaking the law. And I don't understand why the RCMP isn't investigating and getting rid of these lawbreakers that are sitting on the benches all through Parliament Hill. I don't care whether you're NDP, Bloc Québécois, that's you too, and Liberal and Conservative. I could give a, you know what. What I'd like to see is real people, normal people, people who understand that the ministry or the vocation of politics is supposed to be about service, much like a priest serves the people in his community. You guys are supposed to be serving the people in your constituency. Just saying. Now, you've been talking to your friends all summer long, and they're telling you all what a good job you are doing. That is, of course, except for the Liberals that are going on. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, that was my son. He's just bringing me the mail. Anyway, yeah, okay, so please, I'm challenging everybody. Please, 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 Mr. Poilievre especially, watch, and Danielle. Oh my goodness, MP Danielle Smith. You broke my heart when you were in tears about Jasper. I was in tears about Jasper. I remember Jasper very well. I love Jasper. It was my, the years that I spent in British Columbia were wonderful years. And Jasper was the gateway to Kamloops to me. Anyway, back to it. I'm just watching the hearing. Mr. Guilbeault is already starting on a wrong foot, and he wants to play politics. Who's ever running this particular committee session, he needs to learn how to run it properly. Because we don't want these politicians grandstanding and pretending that they're doing so much for the Canadian people and using it to say, look at what we did, look at what we did. Now that people are actually paying attention, Mr. Guilbeault, I recommend you get your ducks in a row and start telling the truth. That's the way to salvation, my love. Apologize, get out of the office, resign, go do whatever. Go plant those trees, right? Or maybe join a construction crew and clear all the dead wood out of all these national parks. Do some actual work. Because throwing money at the forests that are being abandoned and neglected in Canada isn't going to do anything. It's not climate change. It's neglect. Neglect. And some of that money, why didn't the water bombers go to stop the fires from hitting drowning Jasper? Where were those water bombers? These are kind of questions that we should be asking Canadian people. We're on a war footing right now, just so you know. And Mr. Trudeau, fool that he is stupid enough to think that we're going to be safe if he keeps taunting places like China, because that used to be his buddies. Not anymore. Why does your girlfriend go to China in the summer on a sneak trip? Did she go with her hat in hand saying, could you please come and bail us out? We're in trouble now. I wonder. I'm just curious. The other thing I'm wondering about, let's see. That satellite. Is that why the block's on deck? I know that one of the first things that they did when they, the first day of Parliament, is ask for the health minister to expand, the health program. I hope it has nothing to do with making sure that they can, in my opinion, it's murder, mentally ill people to save money on health care. I know that it was Quebec a couple of years back that tabled an idea to euthanize children under the age of 5 who had major disabilities. Wonder what that's about. No, I don't think that the people of Quebec, especially the French-speaking people, the only French-speaking people, maybe you don't realize it, but it's possible that if all you're watching is CBC, CTV, and, Canadian media, because it's in French, they're lying to you. Just saying. CTV was outed the other day. They actually deliberately altered through AI and just splicing different editing to make Pierre Poilievre say something he didn't say, completely out of context. Do you remember? So I'm hoping that I can figure out a way to translate everything I'm saying into French so that you guys can understand. One of the committees, the Liberals and the Blocs and the NDP's little tricks in these committees is to speak only in French. Now I know why. Because if you're a French person and you only speak French, your translation is coming across only when English comes. You're only hearing what the French translator is saying. I would hope and pray that you're hearing exactly what's being said. But here's what you may not know, and I'm going to make sure that this little film of mine is going to be translated into French, dubbed into French, so you can hear and hopefully understand that the Bloc Québécois are not your friends. They're friends of Pierre, they're friends of Justin, baby, that you guys voted out. Remember him? He's a poor guy. Like, he was in his element on the Stephen Colbert show. That's what he should have been doing all this time. He should never have been running a country. Unfortunately, he didn't know that. Hopefully he'll go with his people and he'll be a happy man. He lost a lot of weight this summer because he's been worrying. He's been under attack. No, the Canadian people don't hate you. The Canadian people will forgive you. Just step aside. Call an election, my love. And let the chips fall where they may. And do it before you declare war or war is declared on Canada, please, so that we can actually hold that election. That's a message for my fellow Canadian citizens. Remember, I don't know. I hope that we don't have to go there, but I think back when I was a kid, treason can be proven. I think that's what I'm seeing coming out of these hearings anyway. Treason. So you people, you MPs that didn't vote for the non-confidence, I recommend, hopefully, Mr. Poilievre's got another non-confidence vote coming like tomorrow or next week. Please vote for it. Let us vote. Hurry it up. We've had enough. Let us have a say. Don't let the illegal immigrants and the permanent residents and all those people vote, because they don't belong here right now. Sorry, excuse me. I'll try to edit that out if I can. I don't know how to do any of that. I don't care. I just want you guys to know I love anybody who wants peace, anybody who wants a better way of life. Stop fishing illegally, for the love of God. In Canada, people, new immigrants, you need a fishing license. You need to catch a fish with a fishing rod, not nets, and you need to have a license to do it. It's an enjoyable experience, and I know it's expensive to eat here, but that's what our food banks are for, honey. And once we get this stuff all, the criminals from stealing all of our tax dollars, hopefully the food banks will be well stocked. But watch Stephen Guilbeault explain how all this money was put in place, and they're doing their work. Climate change is the problem, not neglect. Remember, it's That Guy's Garage on YouTube. Love you guys. Oh, and thank you, Mr. Musk. I love you. I love you. Quebec people, you don't have to wait for Mr. Cheney's buddy, or what is his name? The new carbon tax Carney. For him to steal 2.6 billion to put the satellites in. Contact Starlink. If you're in a rural location, even if you're in a city, I think you can order the whole equipment for $400, I think. Set it up on your house. You have complete control. It's directed to the satellites. And if Canada, all of Canada, buys Starlink package have it sent to their home, they can get, and he's got a new cell phone coming out. They can have the freedom of access to anything that they want to watch or listen to, and they can take control back of what they know. And the French-speaking citizens, you can have French content. CBC is going to have to go because they've been lying. They've been caught cheating. They've been caught lying. The CRTC is supposed to be monitoring that sort of thing. And if we can have an election, we can actually get our country back to where it's supposed to be, and maybe prevent a war. Please. Please. Mr. Poilievre, I know there's lots of reasons for you to have another non-confidence vote. Give me a call. I'm in the book. Colin Carey's got my number. Just so you know. I loved Colin Carey. God bless him. I hope he doesn't retire too soon. I hope he gets to see the good. Because, Mr. Poilievre, you're doing good things. That's what politicians are supposed to do. They're supposed to find out where the money's going and what it's being spent on. They're supposed to find out what my goodness, CTV guy, anchor guy, what's your name? I can't remember your name right now. $9 million for a condo in Central Park, New York? Are you crazy? And all you're spending? Do you know what he pays for rent on that place? Mr. CTV? I used to trust you. How stupid was I? Mr. CTV, $1,800 a month for Billionaires Row? A condo on Billionaires Road that overlooks maybe not the park. Maybe it's only the 11th floor, but for goodness sake. Are you crazy? Are you that delusional? Why do you deserve that? There are people, there's a 70-year-old lady living in a tent in Halifax. Stop it. I love you guys. Have a good day. I'm praying. And I'm watching this Stephen Guilbeault's. And remember, I know Conservative Party. You guys are angry. You have a right to be. I'm glad you are. Liberals, why aren't you angry? Why are you keeping to interrupting to have a point of order? Don't do that. Listen. Start doing the job you're supposed to do and stop following your leader. Your leader is following somebody else. It's not him. He doesn't really know what he's doing. God bless him. He's an artist. He was never meant to be a politician. I love you guys. Have a good day.